guys, so here I am. I've seen it. I've seen Star Wars The Force Awakens, and let me tell you, it is incredible. Now, if you've read the title of this video, you know that this is going to be a video filled with major spoilers. So, this video is designed for people that have already seen the film, okay? I really want an awesome discussion down below if we can get it going about how you felt the film went, things that you really like, things that maybe you didn't like, and where you think that it's going to go. If you haven't seen the film, I recommend you don't watch this because I'm going to say all the major spoilers and what I thought of them. If you don't mind getting spoilers, then stick around. However, what I would suggest is go watch the film, then come back to this video, see what I thought of the spoilers, and then give your say down below in the comments. Okay, 3, 2, 1. So, Luke is missing, okay? He hasn't been seen in years. Basically, he tried to found his own new Jedi Order. It failed for reasons that I'll reveal later on. And so he has gone to seek what is thought to be the original Jedi Temple, okay? And he's looking for it. It's kind of a myth, a legend, but he thinks it exists. And so he's going out there to find it. Now, I want to talk about Kylo Ren. Kylo Ren, played by Adam Driver, is the most fascinating Star Wars character I've seen, okay? He is played brilliantly, he is tortured, he is mentally unstable, he is essentially a psychopath. He is a Sith Lord. It was thought that he wasn't. He was a Knight of Ren, which he is, but that's kind of like, basically, the Sith took the form of the Sith, then the Empire, and now they're the First Order. The rule of two still applies. There's Lord Snook, who I will say, who I think that is later on, who seems to be like the supreme Sith Lord, and Kylo Ren is his apprentice, okay? But Kylo Ren is absolutely tortured, and the first major spoiler, he is Han Solo and Leia's son. Now, I thought he was going to be Luke Skywalker's son, but he's not. He's Han Solo's son, which was like, oh my god. Now, he was very Force sensitive as a child, so when Luke, Kylo Ren's uncle, decided to found his own Jedi Order, he took Kylo Ren, which isn't his real name, I'll reveal his real name later on, to found this Jedi Order. And something happened there with Lord Snook. It doesn't know what happened, but basically he fell to the dark side. His father, Han Solo, said there's just far too much Vader in him, and he went to the dark side, started to destroy everything that Luke had worked for, had built up, and obviously it being his nephew, Luke felt like a failure, and so fled and had to find himself, I don't know, and obviously look for this Jedi Temple. So Kylo Ren is Han Solo's son, and like I say, he is very, very disturbed. Now, there's a scene in the trailers where he's talking to Darth Vader's helmet, and he's like, I will fulfill our destiny. I will finish what you started, grandfather. After that, I will finish what you started, he says, grandfather, because obviously you know that he's Leia's son, and, you know, it's his grandfather, which is awesome. And when the helmet comes up, it's like do 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 do. It was like goosebumps. It was absolutely ridiculous. Another fascinating. This is what I mean. This character is so fascinating. Another fascinating thing about Kylo Ren, when he's talking to the helmet, he's concerned because he can sense, he can feel the light side trying to take him back, trying to bring him back over to being a good person, which is fascinating because not even in Star Wars films, in films you always see like the good guy that goes bad, or the good guy that sort of starts doing bad stuff, and it's like, oh, I'm sort of, you know, I'm going over to the dark side, I'm going over to the bad side. Well, this is a character that was good, went over to evil, and now he's being dragged back. He can sense the light in him, and he hates it. It's torturing him. He doesn't want it. He wants to be this Sith Lord, and it's revealed later on by another character that basically the thing that Kylo Ren fears the most is not being as powerful as Darth Vader. And this is what really tortures him, and you can tell. In the old films, whenever a mission was failed in the Empire, obviously Darth Vader would like force choke people or something like that. Kylo Ren takes his lightsaber, there's this massive computer thing, and he just goes fucking mental, slash, 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 slash. And that's when you really realise how unstable that this guy actually is. And, oh man, just such a great character. But I'll come back to Kylo Ren a little bit later on. So you also have Rey, who is this Force-sensitive Jedi who it's never really told. They don't say this is who her father is, but I'm telling you now, she is Luke Skywalker's daughter, okay? She's incredibly Force-sensitive, which she finds out throughout the film. Luke Skywalker's lightsaber, which was the one where he had his hand cut off by Darth Vader and he's like, "Alright, I'm your father." No! That lightsaber comes into the hands of Rey. I won't go into too much detail with that. It's basically a pirate lady who's collected loads of things over the years. She's thousands of years old. And so she gets the lightsaber that way. And she's a fascinating character. Now, I can see her progression. Excuse me. I can see her progression because she always uses a staff. I think she's going to be a Jedi with a double-ended lightsaber, a bit like Darth Maul, but obviously the Jedi form, which would be awesome because that hasn't been seen in the films yet, which will be super cool. Poe Dameron, who is a pilot who is the greatest pilot in the galaxy. This is never even briefly addressed, so this could be completely wrong, but I've heard rumours that Poe is Luke's son, and obviously the brother of Rey, but this is never confirmed, but it's just a rumour that's floating around because he's the greatest pilot in the galaxy, and obviously Luke was a very good X-Wing pilot. He destroyed the Death Star, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, he's a very interesting character, very cool, very cocky. He's just an awesome character. And there's also Finn, who is a ex-stormtrooper. He basically went on his first mission, which is right at the start of the film, and the stormtroopers obviously start massacring people. Kylo Ren's there like, and he just freaks out and he just can't take it, and he's just like, "Oh my god, this isn't me, you know, I'm not part of the First Order." So he plots his escape with the captured Poe Dameron, and so them two get off of the planet, and then he bumps into Rey, and then BB-9, who is an awesome droid. He's not a joke character. He's really funny, but he's not a joke. He's such a sweet droid, as in like cute kind of sweet. And yeah, he's an instant classic, I think, and he'll be loved for years to come. Big disappointment, Captain Phasma. Had about 4 lines, had about 3 scenes, and yeah, kind of got dicked on. Wasn't really a serious character. I know she'll probably be in the second film. Spoilers, so obviously she doesn't die. But yeah, don't really. I thought she was going to be quite a sinister character, and yeah, no. So basically, the First Order are after the BB-9 droid. BB-8 droid. They're after the BB-8 droid. Why? Because Luke Skywalker gave BB-8 a map to his location to give to the Resistance, okay? And obviously the First Order want it because they're hunting down Luke because he is still technically the last Jedi. Also, that's what it's for until obviously Rey's Force sensitive, etc, etc, okay? And to cut a long story short, because I still want you, if you haven't seen it, to go see it. Basically, the Death Star was the size of a moon. The First Order have built a gun which can destroy 5 or 6 planets simultaneously, which is the size of a planet. You may have seen the pictures, it's cut into the side of a planet. Oh, if you've seen the film, obviously you've seen the film. And it uses the power of a sun. It absorbs an entire sun to power the gun to then shoot and destroy planets, which is pretty crazy, okay? So obviously they learned the location of this place due to Finn, who was an ex-stormtrooper. He worked on the planet, and so the Resistance plot to go there, and also Rey has been captured by Kylo Ren. So they go to get her back, okay? It's Han Solo, Chewbacca, and it is Finn, and they're going to go get Rey back because Finn is clearly in love with Rey after she's been captured by Kylo Ren. And it is the most heartbreaking scene I've ever seen because Kylo Ren and Han Solo face off. Kylo Ren is walking across a bridge. Han Solo sees him and shouts, "Ben!" So obviously Kylo Ren's name is actually Ben Solo, clearly named after the great Obi-Wan Kenobi, Ben Kenobi. And he turns around and they have this talk. And Kylo Ren basically says how he feels tortured, how he feels like he's being torn apart by things in his mind, by the Force, etc. And Han Solo's just really trying to bring him back. It's like, "Come back with me to Resistance, we can help you, blah, blah, blah." And he says that there is something you can do to help me. And he says, "Absolutely anything." And he goes to give Han Solo his lightsaber. And as Han Solo goes to take it, he's like resisting him taking it, and then he presses the button and the lightsaber goes through Han Solo, and Chewbacca's like, and Han Solo's just obviously he's got his lightsaber inside him, and he just touches Kylo Ren's face, obviously his son's face, and then just falls off the bridge and dies. And it's like, oh man, couldn't believe it. Chewbacca goes on a fucking rampage, shooting all the stormtroopers, shoots Kylo Ren on the bridge. Rey and Finn are overlooking on a balcony. Rey screams, obviously the stormtroopers start shooting at them. Then they run off. You might have seen it in the trailers. Kylo Ren finds them in that wintry forest. First has a fight with Finn because he force pushes Rey into a tree. So Finn has the lightsaber, and then Finn eventually gets cut up the back. But what's really cool, obviously Kylo Ren's lightsaber has the two bits at the side, and as he's pushing it against Finn, the side bit, he pushes it into his shoulder, so obviously he's got the blade there, like, so it's obviously an added bonus of having the two lightsabers at the side, which I thought was fucking quality. But yeah, so then he hits Finn up the back, which for some reason like nearly kills him, and he goes down. And then Rey gets up, and at this point, by the way, she hasn't touched the lightsaber. She had this vision earlier on. She didn't want it. She didn't want any part of it, and she ran away. And that's when she was captured by Kylo. So Kylo Ren, because obviously it's his father's, his grandfather and his uncle's lightsaber, because Anakin, then Luke's thing. So he's using the Force to try and take this lightsaber, which fell onto the floor, and then the lightsaber shoots up at him, goes straight past him and into Rey's hand, and then she obviously, and then they have this awesome fight, and the Resistance come in because they've found out how to destroy this planet. And they go in, and Poe is in the X-Wing, and he destroys the planet, and it starts to implode, which then creates this massive rift between Kylo Ren and Rey, right in the middle of this giant chasm. And then Chewie turns up in the Millennium Falcon and takes Rey and Finn away, and then the planet implodes. And I mean, Kylo Ren has to have survived. He also got a lovely gash straight up his face from Rey and the lightsaber, but he had to have survived 100% because obviously he's going to be he's going to be the main antagonist at the end of the day. R2-D2 has been dormant this whole time because the other half of the map was in R2-D2, which is the scene that you see in the trailer where Luke's touching R2-D2's head, and for some reason he becomes undormant, gives the rest of the puzzle, and this giant map appears. So Rey and Chewie fly off to this planet, and you see Luke Skywalker, and he's got a beard, he's got long hair, he's doing a very awesome impression of Ben Kenobi, and it's like, oh my god, that is awesome. Do you know what I mean? So the ending was great, and yeah, just overall it's it's such a good movie. Such a good movie, man. Oh my god, I've probably rambled on for too long and forgot some stuff, but that movie literally blew my mind. Literally blew my biscuit. Really did. Okay, so I'm going to make some predictions for the future films, okay? I think this is going to be a trilogy based around the redemption of Kylo Ren, okay? I also believe Lord Snook is Darth Plagueis. Now, if you remember from episode 3, that's Darth Sidious's master. Have you ever heard the stories of Darth Plagueis the Wise? It's that guy, right? The guy that can bring people back to life, blah, 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 blah. He is incredibly damaged. He's like 9 feet tall, but that's only on a hologram thing, so you don't know if that's his actual size or if he's supposed to just look really intimidating, but his face is like really damaged, but it's definitely the rule of 2 going on. He's definitely a Sith Lord because right at the end he says, bring Kylo Ren to me so he can finish his training. And as Darth Plagueis the Wise, one of the most powerful Sith Lords that ever lived, because his understanding of the Force was so incredible, I think Kylo Ren will just go from strength to strength and be quite an adversary. But I do believe this might be a redemption story for him, and in that, a redemption story for Luke Skywalker, because right at the end, Rey meets Luke. Now, Rey is definitely going to tell Luke that Kylo Ren killed Han Solo, who she knows was a very good friend of his, so he will then feel responsible because obviously Kylo Ren's fall to the dark side, in my opinion, was probably his fault. So he's going to feel like he needs to redeem himself, he needs to save Kylo, and he needs to save the memory of Han Solo. So I think that we're in for two incredible films coming up, and it's going to be awesome. And you heard it here first. Lord Snook is 100% Darth Plagueis. He just is. He just has to be. Yes, Darth Sidious apparently killed him, but I don't see why he couldn't fake his death if he was that incredible in the Force. Like, it's not unknown for people to make illusions of themselves and stuff. And maybe Darth Sidious said, isn't it ironic that he could save others but he couldn't save himself from dying? Well, what if he could? What if he was really that powerful that he could just save his essence into something else while he was, you know, who knows, but I think that is Darth Plagueis, and I think that'll be awesome, awesome, awesome. But that film was incredible. Please tell me down below what your favourite bits were, any bits that you maybe didn't like. What I didn't like, there's a little bit that kind of niggled at me, was that in the original series, Leia was always very British, and then in this episode she was American, and it was like, hang on a minute, you know, but that was just me. But yeah, incredible film. I hope this kind of came across right. And yeah, it was definitely worth going to the cinema at 3:15 AM. And I kind of think, because I had that commitment to go and watch the second ever viewing, because I couldn't get tickets for the first viewing at 3:15 AM, kind of allowed me to give my thoughts and all the spoilers on the internet. So yeah, if you got this far, you're clearly a Star Wars fan. Thank you for getting this far. I've got a hair in my mouth. Thank you for getting this far. I hope you enjoyed the movie as much as I did. And please subscribe, please comment down below. I'm really intrigued to know what you thought of the film. Please, please, please comment down below. And yeah, this has been kind of like my first proper movie review, so let me know how you think I did. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye bye for now.